Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gigantic Talk. And this is going to be obviously about the partnership between Motiga and Microsoft. Now, before everyone starts panicking, which you guys have already done, great job, Internet. You guys are just awesome like that. Let's kind of unlight the torches, snuff them out a little bit, put the pitchforks down, and let's step back and kind of take a calm, rational look at this partnership. It's not a merger. Motiga specifically said that this is not some sort of buyout or some sort of taking over by Microsoft. This is simply a partnership for them to put Gigantic onto Xbox One and eventually Windows 10, which eventually that will be required to play Gigantic, and I will get to that in a little bit. Now, a lot of you are saying that this is bad, this is horrible, this is the end of Gigantic, and that's just simply not the case, everybody. As most of you know, I am very vocal about my opinions, and I generally don't sugarcoat things. And in fact, I never sugarcoat things, which has gotten me in trouble multiple times with multiple communities, and that's okay. I prefer staying honest, and that's just the way it's going to be. But my honest opinion on this, guys, is it's not the end of the world. It's not going to change the way I feel about Motiga, the game, Gigantic, the developers, or anybody else. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, know that I've been very vocal at Microsoft over the last few years just because of their practices and the way they did their PR, the way they presented things, and the way that they worded things in a way that really, to me, felt shady and dishonest. Now, with the new CEO taking over of Microsoft and the whole new face of Xbox and new ideas coming in, I've genuinely seen some good steps towards some really good stuff. That is to say that I'm still probably not going to get an Xbox One. Why? Because I'm a PC gamer, and having the Xbox for me just has no value. I wouldn't honestly use it. So that doesn't mean that because you play Gigantic on the Xbox, you're a bad person. It's just something that I will not be partaking in. One, because if I'm going to spend $400, it's going to be towards my computer to get that new video card, to get those extra monitors, etc., to buy lots of pizza. You know, gamer priorities. Now, someone that has an Xbox One already has a full enjoyment of the game, and they're able to just bam, download it and jump right in. It's cross-compatible, all this really cool stuff that Motiga is trying to implement and do correctly, along with the help of Microsoft. And if we take a look at how things run right now in terms of the way Motiga has been honest with us up until this point, I think that this is a good thing. And I honestly believe that this is going to not only further the gaming industry as a whole and really show that the grandfathers and the gaming giants of this industry can really turn around and make a change for the better and say, we've really messed up. We want to use this opportunity to really kind of say, this is our time to change. And I think that this is a bold move for Motiga. And I'm also a little skeptical at the same time because that's just my nature. You know, you can read all the cool articles and listen to them talk, but they have to be able to deliver, right? And that's okay to think that way, but you can't be negative like you guys are on Reddit, on Twitter, online, on all the other social areas. You can't do that, guys. That's just not fair. No one knows anything about this partnership other than a partnership. So let's just kind of all calm down, guys. Please, for the betterment of the community, we are better than this. And you may have some ill will towards Microsoft for some reason. They might have, you might have had a really bad experience through their customer support or through their games for Windows Live. Everyone hated that. That's okay. It's no longer a thing. So let's kind of put our pitchforks down about Microsoft and let's let Motiga keep this train going and really show us that they are in control, which I do believe, and I don't think that they would have put into this partnership if they didn't already believe that this was going to work out. Just a gut feeling, guys. And it's not fair to take Motiga for fools or people that don't know what they're doing, because look at the people that are behind this game. Look at their experience. Look at their track records on most of the games that they've made. Not all of them, because, every game cannot succeed. That's just the gaming industry. So with that being said, my only real issue with this partnership is Windows 10 being a requirement for the game eventually. I don't like that, and I don't want that to be a stigmatism on the game, because I don't believe that's fair to the entire gaming community as a whole, because a lot of people are not going to have the funds to upgrade to Windows 10, to upgrade to Windows 8, to Windows 10, to, some people still have XP. Some people still are running on the really low-end operating systems because that's what they can afford right now. And you know what? I truly believe that if that's the case, then I think we as a community should rally around those people, get a fundraiser going, and help them be part of our gigantic family. And that sounds really weird, but I believe that this is something our community should do. Now, granted, the requirement for Windows 10 is, I don't want to say it is a shock, because that's just the way Microsoft is, but that is my only real concern. It is free for the first year once it's available to upgrade, and that's awesome, Microsoft. That's really good. But I want to kind of encourage Microsoft in lowering the price tag on the operating system itself. Don't make people pay $200, $300, $400 for an operating system. It's not worth it. You're alienating a lot of potential customers when it comes to this game that you're partnering with, because you want the game to succeed and because you see some real value in it. And I get that the real value for you guys is to have the, exclusivity on Xbox One for this game, because that's a huge deal. PlayStation 4 is not going to have a game like this that's as good. Oh, sure, there's going to be carbon copies of Gigantic and that kind of stuff, but I can guarantee you that there's no other game out like Gigantic. Don't say Overwatch, because that's a load of crap, because they're completely different games. I'm not worried about it. So that's really my only concern, is Windows 10 being required to play Gigantic eventually. And if that can go away, I think this is an awesome partnership. And I do believe that this is going to just put Gigantic and Motiga on the map where it needs to be. It's already being blown up everywhere on social media. But if you see the naysayers, if you see the haters, guys, respond respectfully and say, you know what, it's too early to tell. It's not fair. I'm sorry you've had a bad experience with Microsoft in the past. Give them another chance with this game, because Motiga is the real deal. That's all I got to say, guys. I'll see you guys at PAX East tomorrow. I fly out. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. God bless. Take care, everybody. End card.